Hi, everybody. This is Matthew Villarreal, and today we are talking about the Davis reading. So let's talk about what this Davis dude has to say. So one of the claims that Davis makes is that something that distinguishes the Israelites' wisdom tradition from other Near Eastern traditions is that it's not really concerned with book knowledge or the trades or going into a career, but instead is more concerned with wisdom, becoming a better person, living in a way that serves others, fears God, and makes a difference in the world. So I related this, and of course, this is very distinct from the modern attitude toward education, which sees it also as a career, uh, career enhancing tool, just as the other ancient Near Eastern wisdom traditions saw it. So, a connection I made to myself was that in grade school, it was very obvious that education was all about getting ahead, all about STEM, all about getting the best career and making the most money. Um, when I went into college, however, I saw something more like Israel's wisdom tradition. Here at Doane, which is a liberal arts education, the focus is more on pragmatic wisdom, becoming a more ethical person, thinking critically, and this is what the Israelite sages were also about. The second key idea is that Ager's admittance of ignorance in the book of Proverbs serves as a kind of model for people seeking wisdom to follow. To know that one knows nothing is the ultimate form of wisdom. So I created a text to world connection with this. In the political climate right now, a lot of people who voted for some maybe not so useful candidates still continue to support them despite evidence that what they are doing is dangerous toward other countries. There are tweets that are bringing us to the cusp of nuclear war, multiple indictments connected to Russia, trying to ban Muslim majority countries, lots of not so good things. A lot of people, unfortunately, still try to defend their support of such candidates. Despite evidence to the contrary, there is a tendency to be unwilling to say, no, I was wrong, or this was a mistake. Instead, there's this need to continually defend oneself and to, as Proverbs puts it, be wise in one's own eyes. The third key idea that I note is that the sages believed that discipline needs to constantly be cultivated if one is to become a wise, righteous person, because the self is not a fixed or static entity. I related this to a text to text connection. Michael Malloy, in the book Experiencing the World's Religions, talks about how in Buddhism there is a concept called anatman, or no self. This doesn't mean that there is no conscious agent, of course, I think, therefore I am, but there is no self in the sense that what I am right now is always changing. Now, this relates to what the sages say in Proverbs, that there is not a permanent or fixed entity, but the self is always changing, and discipline must be used if one is to maintain the good in oneself. This is an idea also very prevalent within the Buddhist tradition. So, my question for all of you is Davis claims that for the Israelite sages, knowledge is only useful as it connects to goodness and righteous living. Abstract knowledge without practicality is pointless, and this is why Israelite does not care so much about intellectual subjects like astronomy and engineering as other Near Eastern nations. So, my question is Did the Israelites view abstract knowledge or so-called book learning as a preliminary to wisdom? Put another way, is it possible that Israel thought that a basic knowledge of book wisdom or rote learning might be necessary to lead to practical wisdom? I look forward to hearing your thoughts in class. Thank you all.